Yes, good people. Big up to all of you, and welcome back to Just a Perspective. Welcome back to another Transfer Watch show on Just a Perspective. I hope you all are doing well. Today we'll talk about Romeo Lavia, Christopher Nkunku, Jhon Duran, what's his name? Come on, Karim Benzema, Conor Gallagher, and also Armando Broja, and plus any other news that you can say as the show progresses. Some stuff could emerge, and if they do, be rest assured that we'll address them here. I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome once again to Chelsea Perspective. I do hope you're all doing well. As usual, I will say hello to those in the chat because that's how we roll here. We keep it interactive. I appreciate you all once again finding the time to join the show. And please just do me a favor, as much as I like to interact with you, please try the best you can to keep the topics aligned. If you're having a good conversation with someone in the chat, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. You have every right to do that. But if you want me to address what you have there or to read what you have in the chat, please keep it aligned. The man Foley, nice to see you, and big up to Chelsea Mitchell. Boy, nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding time to join. And John is saying that he is the first to like. I appreciate you, John. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Everyone needs to hit the like button. 10 likes, and we're just 6 minutes into the show. But we can actually do better than that. So keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Good morning. JC isn't here yet. Let's see. You need membership stickers in your YouTube channel regarding on Chelsea Football Club. I think I would do that. Let's see. Good morning to you too. A lot of people, Jude, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for joining. Big up Fuel Saves. You're on the panel there. I appreciate you. The stream will be fire. You can feel it. But Ty, nice to see you. More importantly, you know what to do. If you have any new releases, I think I did see one on X. Whenever you get a chance, just share it. If I have the energy when I see it, I will rate it, but most likely we'll rate it. But big up to you, Ty. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join the show. Danwanaya, KK, big up, gang. Nice to see you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular morning, too. Without wasting much of your time, we'll get into addressing the items we have lined up one by one. And as the show progresses, if anything new emerges, be rest assured we will address it here, and this will most likely be the first place that you'll hear it, and that's because we'll be live by the time anything new emerges. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Big up to you too. You're with me on the panel here. So let's start addressing the items we have lined up, people. Let's go. Let's look at this. Okay, when we get to that first, the first item here is a report from the Secret Scout, quoted by Chelsea Dodgers, saying Chelsea's number one target for centre forward this summer is Victor Osimhen. I'm not too sure whether to believe that, and I'm not too sure of the possibility of us signing Victor Osimhen in the summer, but it is very possible. But chances are other clubs are interested. I get it. We've heard John Mikel Obi say something to the effect of that he would like to see him at Chelsea and will be the one to broker the deal that will bring him to the club. We've also seen DJ Drogba, his interacting with him, which the fans interpret as you say the fans say it as if he's scouting for the club and is trying to convince him to come to Chelsea Football Club. That may well not be the case, but we do not know. The Secret Scout I mean, I'm not too sure whether to believe them or not. But if we sign him, if not, we'll most definitely go for another high profile name, in my opinion. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. But certainly it's not going to be this January. But we'll find out. What's up? Yeah, people just saying hi there. Phil, I appreciate you finding time to join me on the panel this particular morning. I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you have anything to add to this particular report here to say about it. It's on the screen, and I'm going to read it for you again. It says Chelsea's number one target for centre forward this summer is Victor Osimhen. But Phil, if you're there, if you want to talk about that briefly, you go ahead. If not, I'm going to move on to the next item we have lined up. While we wait for Phil to say something, unmute to say something, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with 12 likes, and we're just 10 minutes into the show. And quickly, I want to appeal to those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. I just know that we appreciate you, and that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like for on the stream for us. The likes that do go a long way. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who will be interested in the topics we'll have lined up. But let's hear you, Phil. What do you make of this particular report? I think, in my opinion, I'd say it's just recycling, or you say just finding other ways to get people, or you say to exploit the vulnerability of Chelsea fans, to get us to click through them, because there's nothing to this, nothing new here that we haven't heard. But let's hear you.
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up, everyone. Big up
I hope you're
the
doing well.
panel, as well as the comment section. At this particular moment, there is no news. So I believe
Mhm,
most people, they are just recycling the same news that we have heard once again, just for them to, to garner more clicks and do a lot of clickbaiting, because that's what most people have been doing nowadays, because they know that usually talking about Chelsea is going to get them a lot of clicks. So they rather do that other than to just keep quiet. That's just my opinion. But
mhm.
about Victor Osimhen, for me, I'm quite a big fan of him. And I think him coming to Chelsea with the way we are creating chances and with the way we have been playing lately, I think he's going to be a very, very good addition to our team. And we will know that we have a proper striker that we can actually rely on a daily basis, who can actually increase the chances of us scoring even more goals, because he's really good when it comes to aerial presence. He's good at heading the ball and he can shoot as well, which we don't usually get with some of these our players we have like Jackson. But
Mhm.
hopefully with time they might actually get a chance to improve. But for me, Victor Osimhen is one of my top targets that I can say is going to be much, much better for Chelsea. So I'm actually a big fan.
Yeah. Hopefully, if eventually he joins us, my hope is that the manager will readjust a bit to accommodate in his preferred approach to football, and he or Simham himself will be willing to learn to adapt to the manager's preferred approach. I mean, it's 50-50. Both parties has to, you can say, make a bit of change to for it to work. It's not just the player and not the manager alone. But that's, by the way. Hopefully, we'll sign him if indeed he's the club's a priority. But that's, by the way. Let's see. And during an interview, he did say something to the effect of that that he's decided what club to join in the summer. I hope there's a chance I'm not the you say I'm misquoting him, but it's something similar to that, that he's decided where to go in the summer. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, and he didn't say specifically whether he's coming to Chelsea, going to Manchester United, Real Madrid, or any club. But we knew before time that he will most definitely leave Napoli in the summer, and that's because he signed an extension, but he didn't extend it that much, just for a year or two, and it's still will be a free agent. Will be his current contract runs out in about 2 years or so. But that's by the way, we'll keep following the story and see what the club does. And whatever we do this particular window would tell us a lot. If we don't sign an established striker or a high-profile striker, that could mean that in the summer we will most likely go for him or some other striker, high-profile striker that be available on the market at the time. But that's by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 13 likes. We should be doing way, way better than that. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. And if you're in the chat, if you have anything to add to the Osimhen report, you go ahead. I'd be glad to see to read whatever you have to say there. This is
if you can,
go ahead, Phil. You wanted to say something?
yeah, if you can actually look at the way he has actually been speaking, openly to the media, probably there might be a chance there's been like a pre-agreement which is already agreed with Chelsea, because everyone in the media
Or
already
maybe
knows
some of
he's a
the,
big,
not
big fan.
necessarily Chelsea. It could be another club. We don't know.
Yeah, definitely. But the chances that he's going to come to Chelsea, they are much more higher, because the way he has been responding to other people like John Obi, as well as the way people have actually been taking everything to context, there might be a bigger chance that he might come in summer. But who knows, maybe he might actually go to another club. But if he comes to Chelsea, I'll be really happy.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. We don't have too many people watching now, just 11 people, but that's fine. And we have 13 likes, and we are 16 minutes into the show. Let's get the likes up and see if we can get it to 100 likes today. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. So this is Deloy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm guessing the T there and the E are both a silent silence. Let's see, silence, so to speak. Let's see. This is a list of clubs and how much they earned. I'm guessing that in the past year, and we are on the list. We are actually number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at number 8. Yep, we earned 589.4 million euros. That's not easy, actually. You can say, had it not been the fact that we earned that much, chances are we'd be in trouble now with UEFA and also the Premier League. So that makes me happy. But here's the thing: I just felt like when I saw it, I said, okay, you know what? It's important that we talk about it, and that's because all people do, the journalists, pundits, rival fans, all they do is just mention how much we've spent so far in the transfer market. You often hear a billion and all that, but look at how much we made. Nobody talks about that. I think it's important that they know, yeah, we did bring in a lot of money, which you say, which helped us, which made sure that we didn't get into trouble with FFP, the FA or UEFA. That I like that, actually. So I mean, it's not that much of important to anybody, but I think I felt like we should talk about it. But let's hear you. I feel like we should talk about it. Let's hear you, Phil. I don't know. You have anything to say with regards to the reports on the screen, or should we just move on?
Personally, I just think the table we see here, it's actually self-explanatory. The issue we have nowadays, we have a lot of Twitter journalists, and some of these Twitter journalists, they don't know anything regarding any of these things like FFP, profit, all those things. So instead, they just bring their own opinion, and everyone is just spewing their trash. I'm sorry to say that, but everyone is just going around saying whatever they think. Like, hey, Chelsea have spent up to 1 billion, so they're going to have trouble in FFP. But people don't actually look at the other side, that we also have sold players and we also have made some profit by lowering down our wage bill. And people, they don't look at some of those things. They just look at the money spent without actually looking at some of the revenue which is actually coming in which is a very, very big problem because some of our fans, they now come and they start subscribing to some of these bullshit which people will be saying. And usually at times it doesn't sit well with me because even if you are a Chelsea fan, you can't come and start, you know, criticizing your club, even though your club is trying so hard to build something. Because that's what we are doing right now. We're trying to rebuild, we're trying to do a lot of good things so that our club can actually stay afloat. And looking at some of these figures, I even saw that we have like a 4% increase in revenue, which is actually better compared to other seasons. And
Mhm.
this is only going to get even much more bigger with time and with how our owners they've structured how they want the club to be. So at this moment, I think that's just about it.
Yeah, I'm happy. That makes me happy. I think gone are the days under Roman that was the case. It was spent because profit at the time wasn't his priority. Even towards the near when towards the end of his reign as Chelsea owner, I think we started spending wisely. We weren't just throwing money at players at change. Even before he sold the club to Bolly and Co. The clubs you can say approach a change in terms of just purchasing players and um, not minding whether we make profit or not in the year in concern. But that's by the way, we'll move on from that. I appreciate you taking the time to answer my question there. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. I appreciate you. And Ty has shared the link. Please check out his letters mid-season review of Mudrik's season so far. And please also do subscribe to this channel if you haven't. I appreciate you all finding time to join the show this particular morning. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. A report also, not really a report, just a piece of comment from Ben Chilwell's interview, which he says Ben Chilwell says both he and Chelsea have unfinished business in domestic cup finals. Yeah, he's lost two actually since he joined the Chelsea, and two of them, is it maybe three in total? One against Arsenal and two against Liverpool, and both actually in the same year. I was literally 5 minutes ago talking to Thiago Silva in the shower and saying how we've got unfinished business at Wembley, and that probably will be Thiago Silva's chance to win the cup. Yeah, because this most likely will be his last season with us here, so he would want to win that. I don't know if you have anything to add to this, or should we move on? I think it's important, but I'm gonna I have a message for him. He should try and stay fit, most importantly. But let's say you feel.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing, coach. I agree with you 100%. He needs to try and stay fit for as long as possible
Yeah,
because we actually really need him. Because at this particular moment, with the way we have been playing, our game mostly circles around some fullbacks. So if we don't have fullbacks, usually our game is a bit difficult. That's why you see players like Disasi and Kowo, they usually play those positions whenever we don't have Gusto or Chilwell as well as James, which are usually most of the time. So if he can
mhm,
stay fit, it's going to be much more beneficial. But in this case, I understand him because most people right now they are really heartbroken because we have lost a lot of finals to Liverpool already. I think we've lost like three finals at Wembley, from two which are from Liverpool as well as one from, is it Leicester? I think. So at this particular moment, at least settling the score and winning at Wembley is going to be something which is a plus for everyone else who supports Chelsea. And in addition to all that as well, I
yeah,
think we just need this win. We need this win so that at least we can at least relax as fans and know that at least with Poch he can actually take us somewhere because him winning it's going to mean that it's going to buy him a bit of time to work with all these younger players and develop some of these players for a period of time. At least he stays until the end of his contract. Then the owners can decide if his contract is going to be extended. I think it's actually a better start compared to what we've actually been noticing nowadays, because we can't keep firing and hiring, because when you're rebuilding like a team, if you fire and hire, usually you are going back. You have to start over again, because we did that last season, and now we just need to stay, constant with the same manager. At least he can build something with these players, because the first step of rebuilding, at least when you look at Chelsea right now, this final is the first step. With these younger players playing at Wembley and winning something, is going to mean that with time they actually know how the winning culture is at Chelsea, and they are going to build from that. I don't know if you agree with me.
Sorry, I forgot my microphone was on mute. We do, yeah, I do agree with you totally. But we have to be patient. It takes time. We have an entirely new squad, a very young and inexperienced squad. More importantly, yeah, it's not easy. But for me, I think we're making good progress. I know a lot of people. I've spoken with a lot of people that thinks otherwise. But that's by the way, we move on from that. And Ty, thank you so much for sharing that. And Ty is saying here, three domestic cups: Leicester City, Liverpool twice. Yeah, I agree. Against Arsenal, he didn't. We haven't signed him at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's just a three in total. So if he played against Arsenal under Frank Lampard, that final that we lost to Arsenal, then yeah, we did lose one final to Arsenal. So if he participated in that game, then it'd be four in total. Let him try and win it this time, but more importantly, let him stay fit. He did quite well for us against Middlesbrough at home. And long may that continue. Let's see what else we have here. Hi to you, to Rich Moneymaker. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Hi, Coach, to the panel, and we are ninth in the top 10 revenue of 512.5 million pounds made. Yeah, that's some good news. And which was why I said people like to talk about how much we spent. They don't talk about how much we made or how much we made actually specifically from player sales. And there are other ways actually that the club makes money, but they don't like to talk about that. They just want to, you can say, vilify us for lack of a better language there. Let's see, Coach, I agree with you. We need him to stay fit. More importantly, he's a good player. Even though I'd take a Kukurea over him for reasons I've explained here, but that's a good player in him. He has goals in him, an offensive threat, especially when there are spaces for him to exploit. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with Tom Abiodun. Nice to see you. 21 likes. But I sincerely do believe that we should be doing way better than that. Breaking news: us getting to the final and playing Liverpool, us helped us showing our sponsors we are a serious club. I think clubs will look beyond you getting to the final. Clubs would want you to participate in Europe because we're talking about sponsorship here. If you participate in a bigger competition, the more exposure you give to the sponsor will get from you. But hopefully we'll win it, and I'm hopeful. I believe we'll win it. I'll take my time also to look at how well Liverpool they've been doing of late and how well we've been doing, where they're missing some key players here and there. Then I'll be able to tell you for certain whether we're going to win that one. But I'm hopeful at this point. Maybe I'll go from being hopeful to being certain that we will most definitely beat them at Wembley. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go along with 21 likes. We should be doing way better than that. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's go. All right, this one here, Callum Wilson is admired by Chelsea, who are considering meeting Newcastle's 21 million euros equivalent to 18 million pounds asking price for the striker. I wouldn't mind us assigning Callum Wilson on a short term. He's an excellent finisher on his day. His experience, I don't think he'd struggle that much, and he's capable of. He's not the sort of striker that is not dynamic with his runs inside the box. He's capable of dropping deep and creating receiving the ball and also creating a chance for him of himself. I think I wouldn't mind him as a short-term a solution for you say how bad, given how bad we've been in front of goal. Let's see how you feel. What do you think?
Uh, I think like Callum Wilson is actually a very, very good finisher because I think last season he had more than 18 league goals, if I'm not mistaken, which
Mhm.
means at least him coming to the team, he has a bit of experience within the league. He's going to help the younger players like Jackson, or if we keep Broja as well, we can actually have someone who can work almost like a Giroud kind of signing, whereby he's not going to make a fuss mostly about playing time, but at least him being there and also playing and giving these players a bit of experience, it's going to be much more helpful for the team as well.
Yeah, and I like the reference of Olivier Giroud. He was perfect for us. He performed in big games. I remember the Europa League final under Mauricio Sarri. Even our run to that our last Champions League win, he scored some important goals. That bicycle overhead kick against Atletico Madrid, and a few now and then, you can say he was good for us. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be that figure who is going to do much better than what other people actually say. Because right now the main issue we're having with our squads is the issue with not having enough um, older players or experienced players to actually put a bit of knowledge into some of these younger players who are coming into the team. Because if we look at some of these players that we're having who are coming to the team, we have younger players who are coming from Brazil as well as other leagues. These younger players, they have played lesser games, so that means that with them playing lesser games as well, they don't have as much experience. So bringing in someone like Callum Wilson, it's actually a very, very good positive that I think.
Yeah, and from 2021 to 2022 to the car to now, he's been doing well actually. In 2020 2021, he played 26 matches and scored 12 goals in total with 5 assists. That's good actually. 21 22 played 18 matches and scored 8 goals. No assists, and then 22 23 played 31 matches and scored 18 goals. That's good actually. And this season so far, he's played 14 matches and scored 7 goals in total. And by the way, in 22-23, he had 5 assists, which is not easy. 23-24, 14 matches, 7 goals and 1 assist. I think I wouldn't mind us having him signing him for just it was that I think what we looked at was 18 million pounds. And he's an excellent finisher on his stay, and he's experienced enough to help the young ones become better, in my opinion. But let's see what the club does. Right now, you can argue everything we've seen out there with regards to our interest in signing Callum Wilson. All you could argue all our speculations right now. Nothing serious. Or there's no way we don't have any way to confirm if in fact we're looking to sign him. Let's see what else we have here. Breaking news: Callum Wilson has been discussed in a January transfer window. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. Wilson is a good striker, but he's injury prone. But I wouldn't mind. Yeah, better than Jackson and Broja. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not going to go to the extent of comparing him to Jackson. Maybe, yeah, I can off the bat tell you that, yeah, he's better than Broya. I get it. Broya could in the future become a better than Callum Wilson. But right now, it wouldn't even make sense to compare them to. But that's by the way, we move on from that. Let's see what else we have here. If we get Callum Wilson, and we will let Broja go, certainly, and most likely this January. Maybe on loan, because it'd be easy to actually send him out on loan. That's because he still has like 1,000 years left on his current contract. And Tamidayo Oluwarefemi, nice to see you, brother. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon to you too. I appreciate you. Big up, Kuchila. Happy to be here once again. I appreciate you finding the time to join us, brother. I hope you're doing well. And Nuhu, my own Danwa, is saying the high rate of questionable injuries aside, a host of players usually look stressed, confused on the pitch. Poch needs to look into that to improve consistency in our performances. That's one thing I've always attributed the lack of consistency of our current team to is the fact that we have an entirely new squad. You say they haven't developed developed good enough chemistry between them. So we will most certainly, I think that will be happening for a while. We will be seeing disjointed displays here and there on occasions. Some of the disjointed displays are mixed up in the midfield area. Actually, and sometimes in the defensive area could lead to us conceding goals, unnecessary goals from errors. So I don't think I think it's again the fact that we have an entirely new squad, too many young players, too many new players. For me, I think I've always expected that to be the case. And you could argue we've actually made a lot of progress. I get it; people aren't paying attention. How many, for instance, how many league games we've won in Premier League games we've won in a row, and the fact that we haven't lost. Um, uh, I think 9 games in total now at the bridge. We haven't lost. Uh, that's compared to last season, we were better off than we were last season, in my opinion. But here's the thing, I'm not too concerned. I think that will improve with time. And also something else to consider is the fact that we had a lot of players out injured. And you can say we average at least 8 players on the out injured uh, for each game we've played so far this season, which has led to the manager playing players out of position or changing when he doesn't when he that has led to us not playing as a unit overall, in my opinion. But I understand where you're coming from. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Funny enough, Coach Callum Wilson was on podcast and said he likes the Chelsea team. Yeah, maybe that's him sending a subtle message to the Chelsea hierarchy that he'd be willing to come to us if we want him to come. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Greetings to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yes, okay. Glad to hear. 18 million to 18 million pounds, which to 21 million pounds. That's not bad, and he's 31. 18 million to 21, not bad, coach. How old is he? 31 right now. We had that on the screen here. I think it was showing here. Callum Wilson. Yep, age 31. Yeah, not bad, really. And it's signs the signs from what we're hearing. The owners, I think they're looking to mix of things of a bit. They want balance. They want balance of experience and youth. That way, we'll be able um, to do better than we're doing right now. Because with the young players, as I've always said, keys will always be keys, leading to inconsistencies, leading to them not performing consistently. We do well in one game, and then the next game, will be everywhere. So I hope that makes sense. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. So Callum Wilson, for me, I wouldn't mind. Let's get him. If indeed he's available. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's go. Also consider making pre-deadline bid for Aston Villa striker Jhon Duran. He's just 20, and this season so far he hasn't actually played much for Aston Villa. So I'm not sure why we're looking to sign him. I get it; he's gonna come cheap. I don't think we'll spend that much money. Even even for the reason of signing him because we're struggling in front of goal, and maybe just it just doesn't make sense. Honestly, I can't defend that. Uh, but if he comes and start fighting on all cylinders, yeah, I take it. But right now, it's a signing that wouldn't make any sort of sense in my opinion, and I'm not too sure why we're looking at him. And rumors are, let's see what else we have here. This is saying Chelsea are having meetings internally to discuss Jhon Duran. There's interest we can confirm, but no bid yet, and nothing is advanced. But they will make a direct contact to understand the terms of the deal. So maybe they're looking at him as a prospect, not really as an established player, which he isn't anyway. But it just doesn't make any sort of sense. And we still have Datro Fofana, and if you ask me my opinion, I'd say off the bat that Datro Fofana is a much better player than him. Maybe they're looking at his physique. I think he's taller, probably more powerful, but I haven't seen much of him. The little I've seen of him, you can say I got to know about him by watching clips of his performances on YouTube, and he doesn't have much actually, not up to the length of that particular video. I think was around 2.5 minutes or so, or 3 minutes at most. But it just doesn't make sense. Let's see how you feel. I do not want this to happen, really. But let's hear you.
To be honest with you, I don't really know much about this guy. Besides, I feel like we now already have like a lot of kids who mostly need like someone to actually guide them and actually help them to actually become the best version of themselves. So signing him while least we have other players like Jackson, like that Fofana, like you said, as well as David
Mhm.
Washington. Now I even have questions like if we signed David Washington, what exactly is he doing here if we want to sign another striker as well? Because we now have, I think, many of those young strikers as well, because we also have that kid who came from Jamaica, the Juan, what's his name? That guy too.
What's his last name again? I can't quite remember.
Richards, Dejan Richards.
Re-
We
okay,
have him
go
as
ahead.
well. Then we get uh Jhon Duran. I just don't see what's the point of signing these players. Probably they want to sign him because maybe they want to make some cash out of him, probably in future or something. But
Mhm.
now I'm starting to have questions with our owners because some of these decisions they have been making, they are not making any sense at all. I
Yeah,
don't actually see
I
anything.
don't think it makes sense to sign him. Let's look at his numbers. Actually, I think he played. Yep, as we have on the screen, he played for Chicago Fire. I think. Okay, this season so far, 23-24, he's played 14 matches and he scored just 2 goals. 4 yellow cards. Probably looks like he has a discipline issue. 22-23, he played 12 games and scored no goals at all. And let's go to Colombia. Okay. 3 matches, 0 goals, 1 yellow card. How about Chicago? 27 matches, 8 goals and 3 assists, 6 yellow cards. Yep, he certainly has a discipline issue because, yeah, in 27 games, if you have 6 yellow cards and 1 red card, actually, wow. But beyond, again, let's say he has up to 12, 15 goals here. Let's say 15 to 16 to 20 goals, and he has 1 red card and 6 yellow cards. To me, I that won't be an issue. But I will more signing him to me. We will be signing a problem actually, rather than a solution, for lack of a better way to get my point across there. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense. He's a baby. He's 20, and it's not like I wouldn't say he's an exceptional talent right now. For scoring 2 goals in 14 appearances for Aston Villa. No. Why do we need them? I don't like that actually. I haven't you haven't I'm quite sure you guys haven't seen me complain about us assigning a player based on the player's age. But yeah, that's because we've signed us some exceptional talents. Looking if you with that when you look beyond the ages of some of the players we signed, you say yes. I think it's worth it. They will mature to become a very good players in the future. But in this case, there's nothing that indicates maybe they've taken their time to look at his numbers and they've come to the conclusion that yeah, he will mature to an even better player than he is right now. But it's a signing that wouldn't make any sort of sense for me. If because I start asking that begs the question: why did we let Dacho Fofana leave on loan again? We should have kept him if that's the case. Then I just don't understand. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Poch was promised by the board that they would get some help if we got Chelsea to the final. Okay, let's see if that happen now. If that's the case, and Kofi, nice to see you, Mr. Kofi. I wish Chelsea would sign Nico Barilla from Inter Milan. He's a player I love so much. Right now, how old is he right now? With one of them, I think at the time under Antonio Conte, he was 19 at the time. I can't quite remember. And he's an excellent footballer. Good vision. Reads the game very well. Can create the chances. Can score goals from the midfield. And rumors last transfer last summer. Rumors were at the time that if any time he wants to live in Milan, that his preferred destination would be Chelsea Football Club. But that hasn't happened. I don't think he's for sale actually, and I don't think would be willing to pay the asking price for his signature. But I don't see him coming. I like Barilla so much. But let's see. No need to sign any new strikers. Give chance to David Washington and finish the season without relegation. Yes, then it's not that simple, really. I think you could argue the club wants to achieve. They want to participate in the European competition in the coming season. Otherwise, it'd be difficult for us to get a good sponsorship deal, and that's because the Infinite Athlete will be our sponsor for just this particular season. Beyond that, we will start looking. But we have something else lined up here with regards to Jordan negotiating with Chelsea to become our sponsor next season. But that hinges on whether we will be participating in a European competition in next season. But we'll get to that in a bit. Let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 23 likes. We should be doing way better than that. The Aston Villa player is 50-50. Fact, some at the board fear he is a raw. He is a raw indeed. Have you seen his videos? He's raw, or have you watched him? Now, I haven't watched him that much. I've seen him on occasions coming for Aston Villa, but the fact is that looking at his numbers, it just doesn't make any sort of sense. Except if they're looking at beyond, you can say, if they're looking beyond his output and are looking all, you can say, his XGs and all that, which still doesn't make any sort of sense. I would have preferred us keeping Dacho Fofana than him. But that's a small opinion. Big up to you, to Prince Moaz. Nice to see you, and I appreciate you finding time to join the show. Breaking news report just asked the board for height in. Yeah, we've talked about that in a bit. I think it was after a loss. We did lose a game before he went off and was talking about how we needed to make some signings in the midfield area and all that. And to the extent of saying we also wanted to, we should also look to sign a defender. I can't quite remember what he said at the time. So annoying, Coach. Aston Villa, what? He's a kid. We don't need him. And beyond the fact that he's a kid, his numbers aren't promising. There's nothing too special about him. Maybe there are other, you can say, other aspect of his outputs or contributions on the pitch that the owners and the scouting department, they've looked at and decided, yeah, let's consider signing him. Being linked with Duran to Owen and Fofana, David and Broja is just wild. From Bali and Co. must be a premium crack. I think I agree. Except if, but coming from Fabrizio Romano, that simply means there is some truth to it, and it's concerning really that we have. Yeah, you did mention Broja, and you mentioned David Washington that we paid 20 million euros for, and then also. Yeah, David Fofana. It just doesn't make any sort of sense going for this kid. Let's see. Get me Callum Wilson. He's available and cheaper. Is he really available? I don't know how to whether to believe that he's available or not. But let's see what happens. Hello to you too, Constantine Dunchi. Nice to see you, brother, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. You've jinxed my soundboard. I wanted to say hello to you with the sound, and it didn't work, but that's by the way. We'll move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let me see here. I'm missing one of my windows here. I think it's this guy right here. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Jhon Duran is loved by Todd Bowley. Can we stop? Here's the thing. I think I don't agree. His relinquished his role. What role actually was it at the time as acting sporting director or what? I can't quite remember. I don't think he participated that much in terms of player scouting and signing. No, he signed. As you can say, we've hired people to get that job to do that for us. No, I don't think so, in my opinion. But the board members are thinking the same. Okay. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Big up to you too. Dante Nuhu is saying big up to you. Let's see. That soundboard is doomed.
Yeah, coach. I wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
When it comes to Jhon Duran, one thing I don't understand is, there are some players whereby you can actually see that these players, you just can't miss on these players like Santos, players like Ken Players, as well as Estavo Williams. These are like proper players that we have seen, right, that you can't miss on. But with Jhon Duran, I haven't seen anything yet that can actually say to me that we can actually go all out and buy him. Besides, these numbers are not even promising as like a Kent or even other players that we have like that Fofana. So I don't understand why we were pushing so hard to try and buy this player. At least you give me Callum Wilson, I'll take him. But Jhon Duran, I don't see it, coach.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sort of sense in my opinion. But let's see what happens here. At this point, let's just say, let's just believe that, yeah, it's all rumors at this point. But we'll find out in a bit. A great result for us to beat Middlesbrough in the semi-finals. Yeah, and on to the final we'll go. To Wembley. Hopefully we'll win it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Lots of hope we can win. I think we can. I really do think we can, but we get there. Nice to see you, my 2 a.m. fellow 2 a.m. guy. Big up to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope the soundboard is working right now. There you go. There you go. For my fellow 2 a.m. guy. I appreciate you finding time to join the show. Big up everyone. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 25 likes. We should be doing way, way, way better than that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's see. Callum Wilson he's up for sale because Newcastle want to sign another midfielder. Okay. Let's see what happens there. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Let's go, people. Let's go. All right. We have this one. It is expected that there will be a late flurry of transfer activity at Chelsea towards the end of the window, with midfielder Conor Gallagher's future still unclear, and Chelsea willing to allow Trevor Chalobah to leave. And chances are we could sell Armando Broja. But Conor Gallagher, I'm still saying this. I don't think he leaves Chelsea this particular transfer window. If he leaves, fine, then I owe the community the cash giveaway that I promised them. But I think he stays beyond January, except if we sign another midfielder that will match him, you can say, of similar profile. And that's because you could argue he's the manager's most important player. And that's not me saying he's the best player at Chelsea. I hope you understand my point. If we're going by the manager's selection pattern, you can argue Conor Gallagher is this most important player, in my opinion. We have Chelsea, Mitchell. Nice to see you, Mitchell. If you're watching, if you haven't, please take a second to go check out Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel. Click the 3 dots to his name. then click on go to channel, subscribe. Let's help him get to 2,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Mitchell, nice to see you. When you get a chance to share the link to your YouTube channel, or if you have a link to any show that any live show that you have scheduled, share that so people can go help you. 2-year-old Jay. So we're going for Duran. Not sure. I don't know whether to believe it, but the fact that Fabrizio Romano talked about him, it may well happen. He hardly speaks about stuff that he's not. He doesn't speak about stuff that he's not certain about. For him to have spoken about it, it simply means. But at this point, we're considering it. We're not no bid yet, no official. Let me look at that again. Where's that particular report? Which says reads Chelsea are having meetings internally to discuss Jhon Duran. There's interest. Well, we can confirm there's just interest at this point, but no bid yet, and nothing is advanced. But they will make a different contact to understand the terms of the deal. So it sounds like we're really interested in signing him. If we get if it's available for a good fee, chances are we'd sign him by the time the transfer window shuts. But I'm concerned because his numbers, his numbers aren't convincing really. But maybe they've looked beyond his output or product. I'm not sure what language to use to make sense of why we're looking at him. Relax, Michi. Yep, Michi, relax and leave my fellow 2 a.m. guy. This says Callum Wilson's Chelsea Michi boy. Not bad. I'd rather we sign him than what's his name again? Than Jhon Duran. I will be looking at Mitrovic, honestly. He's amongst the few decent ones. I think I agree. And he was at the Bridge last season, and he was interviewed. Still was with at Fulham at the time. He was interviewed, and he did say something to the effect of yes, that he would like to play for Chelsea one day. So I wouldn't mind getting him on loan. And it doesn't sound like we're too serious about signing Benzema on loan. And rumors are that he wants to leave Al Ittihad. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And he's told him he wants to leave, but they don't want to let him go. That's according to reports, of course. Let's see what else we have here. He must be cheaper and means selling Broja. So they want to add another young kid and sell one. I'd rather we keep Broja than him right now. I get it. If you're going by the comps on YouTube on his finishing, you can say you can say how, on his finishing, you'd say maybe he's better than Broja, but that's just a comes of not comes of his of him, you can say fluffing goals or missing chances, but comes of him scoring goals. Of course, if we go by that alone, maybe you'd say he's better than Broja. So I'd rather we keep Broja and not buy him, because that's a good player in Broja. If you knew him before he got injured, but that's just my opinion anyway. Keep dropping the likes on the stream till summer. Osimhen, do you really think we can get him? He said practically he did say something to the effect of he will leave Napoli in the summer, but didn't say specifically with regards to what club he'd be joining when he leaves Napoli. Let's see. These people having a good conversation there. Please, Chelsea, go for Duran. Really, Andreas Shikesho, can you tell us why you want Chelsea to go for him? Do you know him that well, and do you think he'd be a good fit for us? Let me say overall, do you think he'd mature into a good player? Because I don't see a situation where how much will he actually play enough at Chelsea to continue developing? I'm not too sure. It just doesn't make sense. But that's my opinion. But Mr. Andreas, let's hear you. Why do you want us to sign him? Are you from Colombia? Chances are that's the case. Is that he's Colombian, right? I hope I'm not mixing up his nationality there. Duran or whatever his name, we don't need him. He should go to championship for him to improve. Yeah, he needs to be playing, given the fact that he's 20, because he would take quite a lot for him to join us and be playing week in, week out. It would take a lot for that to happen. And at 20, you need to be playing. If you don't, you will not develop properly, in my opinion, or mature properly, if that's the language you prefer. It's so hot here, 29 degrees at night, now in 39 degrees tomorrow. Oh, you're in Sydney. Oh, visiting family. Okay. I hope the travel was fine. But thank you for telling us. Be safe, brother. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have here. Benzema came out with an interview with L'Equipe and said all rumors are false. He's not going anywhere. Okay, I didn't see that. So that solves everything. Because yeah, he earns 3.5 something around 3.5 million pounds a week. Why would he want to leave that for anything? I was maybe when I first read when I read the report, my at the time, my thoughts at the time were maybe his lifestyle, he wants to live where he gets to live as he wishes, and not where the culture, you can say, probably doesn't condone whatever, how doesn't condone how he likes to live his life, or for lack of a better language there. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. So that's 84. That's a lot. Now at night for you Americans, and 102 tomorrow. That's quite a lot. Even in Las Vegas here, it hardly gets to 102. Wow, that's quite a lot. And thank you for doing the conversion, because I'm not used to that, and I wouldn't have done that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with the board are now going to start to get to bring in experienced players, and hopefully that will get us into Europe. Balance is key. Balance is key. I get it. If we don't sign experienced players, it will take time. It would take time before you can say we achieve anything serious or tangible, if that's the language you prefer. But if you bring in experience, that will shorten the length of time we need for the team to start playing as a unit, and then we'll be able to manage games if we're winning, and not risk conceding let goes, even when we're leading by 2 goals or something like that. So experience is key. You need balance of experience and youth to do well, especially in the Premier League, or also to achieve, or more importantly, to achieve a European place by the time the season ends. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, they probably threw more money at Benzema. I said, you are an ambassador. Yep, I get it. They're bid to host the World Cup, and that may well be the reason why. Yeah, he graced that interview and said what he said. Yeah, because first we heard that they're not willing to let him go. So probably they increased his salary, and money talks, and he changed his mind like this, and it started speaking a different language. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Keep Broja, no more kids, please. Yeah, and Broja is grandpa, right? If you're saying that. So by looking to sign Duran, it's not experienced in any way, and his numbers are actually awful. Even for Chicago Fire, for Colombia, even for Aston Villa, he hasn't. You can say he's still very young. Maybe he will get there in the future, but right now it just doesn't make sense given the fact we want experience, we want players to help us put away chances that we're creating. He's not the answer. It's not the solution to our problem. Maybe they're looking to sign him to send him out to loan. It just doesn't make any sort of sense to me. I was looking at the Brighton team, and they have young players and experienced players too. Yeah, they actually have one of the oldest players in the Premier League right now. How old is what's the Englishman? I can't recall his name. Can't remember his name right now. They played for Liverpool. Yeah, but that's why when we move on, let's see what else we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Phil, anything? Do you have anything to add to this? To say with regards about this particular report? Let's hear you if you're there.
Oh, at this moment, there is nothing.
Mm-hmm. And do you think Conor Gallagher leaves this transfer window?
In my own opinion, I don't think he's going to leave. Probably, if he's leaving, I guess it might be in the summer window, because right now he's a very, very pivotal player in our squad. So I don't think there is any chance he goes anywhere. And also the fact that the coach actually wants him and wants to build a team, around him. I don't think the ownership will be that naive to just take Gallagher and to sell him, while the coach is actually wanting him to be in the squad. That might cause a bit of tension. And also, I just don't see any other club lining up for Gallagher and paying close to 50, 60 million for him during this window. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, and before people start judging me, me saying that I don't see him leaving this January transfer window, I'm not saying he's the best player at Chelsea. It's not even close. If anything, the bar is so low that yeah, he's emerged as one of our best players so far this season. And I give him credit for that. If he stays, I'm fine. If he leaves, I'm fine. But I'm just saying things that from the manager's perspective. I don't think we'll sell him this transfer window except if we sign a player of similar profile that can do even more than just the present. And if we're being truthful here, for Gallagher, it's not just been about his present and all that. His stats are excellent actually for Chelsea in terms of assists, ball winning, and all that. I get it. It doesn't sometimes the way he applies himself on the pitch doesn't look pretty. Yeah, but he gets the job done for the manager to be more specific. But here's where I have a problem. The manager himself, all he's preached about Gallagher's commitment to the team, his industry, and the fact that he's come through the club's academy, has never for once said, I want him to stay. I want him to find the club to find a solution with Conor Gallagher and and keep him. That's an issue, which means the manager is actually open to him leaving, but I still don't think he leaves this January. And here's why I think he stays. This where beyond January, chances are, yeah, the chances of him leaving will increase, and that's because he'd have less left on his contract, and the club wouldn't want to run the risk of losing him as a free agent. If you've followed the new owners, the way they do business, you'd learn that they don't want to make that mistake anymore since the departure of Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. I don't know. You have anything else to add, or should I move on from the Gallagher talk?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah, I've looked at that one too. Coach, do you think we should keep Silva for another season? The only problem is that teams are finding a weakness in Silva. And here's something I'm going to say. We have, you can say, a lot of good players in the midfield area, but there's something they've not been able to do effectively, which is to protect our defensive line. And Casado, I don't blame him. He's traditionally, again, he's more effective as an 8, in my opinion. But we don't have, that has led to us, you could say, that has exposed us on occasions. And here's something else I'm going to say. I want you all to take your time, go back and watch the play up to the, you can say, what's the name? After the Sas's move, how he won back the ball in the middle, in the central area of the pitch, in the midfield area, before making the run into the box and scoring the goal. We had 2 sixes there. Casado was there. That's not me saying Casado played badly, but that's just me highlighting the fact that it's not his thing. He's not a sitting DM. You can get more from Casado if he has the independence to venture forward, get closer to the final third. He can create chances. He has good passing range. He can shoot very well. But as a sitting 6, he cannot fulfill that role as well. Again, let me just simplify it. Go watch that goal. Casado was supposed to be the guy to win the ball from the guy from the Boro guy, but Casado wouldn't have even gotten close to the guy had it not been the fact that the Sassi read the game very well and ran to the middle area and took the ball from the guy. it would have been just the border player facing our defense immediately and probably closer closer to our 18-yard box. So thank goodness he read it very well because Casado wasn't even close to the guy. So to me, that's down to the fact that he's not traditionally a DM. I get it. He's done really well. He's done really, really well. And I'm not saying he's a bad player by any stretch of imagination. I'm just saying we still have issues in terms of the 6-6 or the sitting six protecting our defensive line properly. And that's especially true when what's his name? Thiago Silva is on the pitch. So yeah, for me, I don't think we should keep him. Coming back to your question, I don't think we should keep him beyond this season. We should actually right now start learning how to play without him on the pitch. Yeah, if we want to keep him, let's keep him. You can say as a member of the coaching staff. Yeah, in some capacity, but not no longer as a player. Maybe that's just my opinion anyway. I think if we keep him for one more year, I think you can say we're creating more problem. Which is you can say what's the language I'm looking for? He will eventually leave, and what are we gonna do when he leaves? So now is the time. Once the season ends, yeah, just appreciate him for all he's done for us. If you want to keep him in some capacity, but not no longer as a player. I'm not too sure how else to explain this so you understand my point. I think he's done enough for us. We must learn how to play without him. Yep, and like as you said, rightly so. The teams they've figured out how to exploit. You can say the fact that he's not that young anymore. He has no pace in him that much. I get it. He reads the game so well. If we're not playing with a high line, he'd still be perfect. And that's because he reads the game so well that you won't get a chance to race against him if we're not playing with a high line, let alone outpace him. But if we play with a high line, it's a huge risk. We've seen on occasions where, for lack of pace, he's committed a professional foul just to stop the opposition from doing some damage against us. But now moving from that, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yes, pretty much every team has a young and experienced mix, not just Brighton. Yep, that mix is important. If you have just young players, as I've always said, kids will always be kids. Inconsistency comes with that, with the territory of having young players across the board. Yep. So we need to balance things out a bit. If they want us to achieve a European place, they have to do that. Gallagher has time. I think he stays beyond January, but beyond that, anything can happen, and that's because he'd have less left on his current contract, and the owners wouldn't want to risk losing him as a free agent. Keep Silva as a defensive coach or an ambassador. I think he will, even if we don't, you can say, even if that isn't done formally, I think because his relationship with the club and the fans, if we need to sign any player from Brazil and we need him, you can say if we need him to help reach out, help make that happen, I think he'd do that willingly. But it only makes sense, yeah, to make it official, make it formal, let him be the club's ambassador, just like Barcelona does with some of their extra players. It does work a lot for them. Let's see. Yeah, I would. Yeah. But we should start learning to play without him. Has to say, we have a Casade. I'm not sure how soon we're going to see Casade. He's a player I like too. Find a role for Silva. Yeah, find a role for him. Big up to you too, JC. Nice to see you, brother. And this is for you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Gallagher will be gone this week. Do you see first half how well we play without him? And did you not see that he got 2 assists when he came on? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me look at that again. So if you're going by that, when he came on, he got 2 assists. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let me see here. Let me look at that game again. 6-1. Where's Conor Gallagher here? Let me find him. Yep, he came on and he got 2 assists. So if you're going by that logic, let me point that out to you too. Yeah, I'm not saying the reason he stays is because he's one. You could say he's been one of our best players so far this season, or maybe he's the best player at Chelsea. No, I'm quite sure you've heard me talk about that 1,000 times, so no need actually getting into it. The question is, would Silva want to stay, as he has expressed his desire to end his career at boyhood club? That's something that's common with Brazilians. They do that a lot. But we can convince him. Money talks. Money talks. We can convince him to stay. Pay him good. Yeah, he'd stay, in my opinion. But let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with Gallagher. My Poch has to. I'm not sure that's correct. Namaya, nice to see you. We have to keep Santos. I don't think Santos stays. I think he will leave on loan again. The owners will do a fantastic job of getting rid of Gallagher. Dilemma from Poch. Let's see what happens. We'll find out. I don't work for the club. None of us does, but we'll find out. Let's see. Gallagher give the ball away to keep clean sheets. His thing, no matter how you say it, I'll just leave it at the fact that he got 2 assists after playing. Yeah, coming off the bench. How much can we get for Wesley injury for Fana? I don't think we'd sell him now. No, I don't think the club will sell him. And that's because if you want to sell him now, you're not going to get anything close to how much we paid for him, which will lead to a huge L. And plus, he's still very young. I think at most he should 23, 22, 23. So I think they still give him time. Yep. But if he comes back again and plays like 15 minutes and gets injured again, they may well decide to take the L and let him go. Yes, coach, let's move on from Gallagher. Yeah, but there's something there we had to talk about. But we play well without Gallagher. Yeah, we did play well too. And then we played well too when he came on. I'm not saying he's our best player. Let's just move on from that particular topic, please. Let's see anything else to address here. Thanks for your answer, but I hope we get experience a replacement. I hope so too. And if we're gonna sell Armando Broja, I don't think it makes sense to get a Jhon Duran. He's 20, for goodness sake. Coach, the day Rich Moneymaker makes that breaking news, get ready with the 150. Yeah, you keep bumping it up every day from $100 to $150. Why can't we buy Benzema? Not buy, on loan. And he said that he's staying at Etihad. That everything we've heard, that they're all rumors. Yep. Do you think we need another midfielder? I don't think so right now. For what role? Gallagher also made an assist for the goal, for their goal. Okay, let's just say he got 1 assist. Let's see what else we have here. Hello to you, to Chama. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Chama, wish you the same. I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to stop by and probably drop a like on the stream and say hello. Hello to you, to Chama. Okay, let's see what else we have here. You can do it. And that Rob Schneider. What can we do? Let's hear you, Rob Schneider. I'm not sure what you're mentioning there. Kimso is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, Kimso. It's been a minute. I hope the case is that you've been busy and that nothing bad happened on your end. But nice to see you, brother. I am not giving up on Wesley. I'm not. Yep. There's an excellent player in him. Usually when a defender is aggressive, in most cases they're not good on the ball. But in this case, he's good on the ball, and vice versa, first of all. But in this case, he's good on the ball. He can be aggressive also. He's excellent aerially. He's a good ball carrier. He has everything. Hopefully he stays fit. So I'm quite sure the owners, they're not going to be too much in a hurry to let him go. If we take a Duran, this club is a joke. We need Karim Benzema. I'm not going to blame Bali. He's hired people to do the job. There's no player. If we sign any player, we should stop blaming him for the players we're signing. Broja hasn't matured to play as a lone striker, but may come good if Poch plays 2 strikers. Broja is too slow to take the shot. And EPL defenders will close you down quickly if you waste too much time on the ball. Jakaj, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And Vic is in the house. Nice to see you, Vic. Top of the morning, Kochi. Big up to you too, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's see. Thank you, coach. Thank you to you too, brother. God bless you too. Let's see what else we have here. And it's saying I think Villa are putting out a weak club against us. I don't think they'd risk it. But let's see what happens. If Chelsea is planning to sign Osimhen in the summer, then what's the point in signing Duran, who's already fighting with Emery for game time? So maybe we're trying to exploit the fact that he's fighting with Emery for game time and sign him on for cheap. Then maybe I'm not too sure. It just doesn't make sense. Please, guys, Benzema possible for us. Denny Sani, I'm not too sure. And we've heard from Jay, who told us that he said that he's not leaving Al Ittihad. That everything, all the stuff that we've heard, that they're all rumors. Poch has a press conference. Oh, is it today? Really? I thought it was tomorrow. Okay, if we have Benzema, we will beat Liverpool and make a top six. But let's see what happens here. Where is the Callum Wilson story coming from? 80 million for a 31-year-old. What are your thoughts, coach? I'd say I'd rather we go for him than Jhon Duran. Yeah, since rumors are that we're looking to sign Jhon Duran also, and we're also considering signing Callum Wilson. I'd rather we go for Callum Wilson. One, he has experience. Two, he's played in the Premier League. I get it. The fact that he's played in the Premier League, it's not a guarantee that he will hit the ground running at Chelsea. But I'd say I'd rather go for him. Lesser risk, and he gets a chance to play for us as a striker. But Duran, yeah, go look at the statistics. It just doesn't make sense. If I have to choose from one of the two, I'd say yeah, sign Callum Wilson. Let's see. Benzema has said he does not see a problem if he has to stay. He has been offered to 20 clubs in Europe on loan, but I think the loan option is still there. What does all this mean? He's not willing to take a pay cut. Let us move on. Oh yeah, if he want to play in Europe, he should know that no club will pay him anything close to what he's earning where he is right now. Adeni, thank you for that. Let's see. Duran is mediocre. Right now, he is. Yeah, he may well mature to a better player in the future, but you never know. Callum Wilson, proven, I would take it. Yeah, I would take Callum Wilson than Jhon Duran. And nice to see you. Nice to see you there, GFC Gavin. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And people, if you're watching, please go check out Gavin YouTube channel. Let's help him grow. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. At work, okay. Where am I reading that? At Chelsea, don't sign any player because Danny Natiabana. Okay, I'm not sure. I hope I didn't butcher your name right there. Let's see the board of directors and their weird kind of signings. Again, it just doesn't make sense. Hopefully, they won't sign him. 45 announces Benzema to Chelsea is another Bamiyang or Higuain move. His wages with a small chance of success. Duran is average at best. Wait till the summer and move for better options. I wouldn't mind getting Callum Wilson on a 2-year deal, even a year with an option to extend it to a further year. And yeah, practically no difference from getting him on loan from Newcastle United. I don't know. We have a good relationship from him with Newcastle United, and getting Callum Wilson is one deal I think it's possible. Alexander Isaac, I'd say, yeah, maybe we're dreaming. That's never going to happen. Chelsea is literally an under 20 team. Let's go. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Let's go. This one here, Jordan Brand. There is a negotiations with Chelsea and Tottenham. This is a part of an extended cooperation with Nike on the club's alternative jersey. The key condition is to ensure play in the European Cup next season. They would prefer Chelsea due to its greater recognition as a football brand and past success. Wow. I like that part. Really, really. I like the ending part of the of this report right here. But again, more importantly, this highlights the importance of us finishing up higher on the higher in the table, and then getting the chance. You can say achieving a European place. That will go a long way in terms of attracting big name sponsors, as you can see already. Yep, the key is to ensure that we play in a European competition next season. But again, we have an edge there. The fact that they would prefer Chelsea due to its greater recognition as a football brand and past success. I like that. That makes me happy. But just by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Hopefully, we can make it into the top four. And get to be a part of the next edition of the UEFA Champions League. Let's see. Sweet. Neat then. Okay, on my jersey. Yeah, I like it. It's a cool logo, really. The Jordan logo, the Jordan brand is good. But that's by the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And as the show progresses, if you from now on, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat, and I try the best I can to address it. And if I can, I will push it to Phil there. So let's look at Chelsea's stats. Let's look at the numbers of our players and see who's leading what department. Premier League. Let's go through that route. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. For 30 likes, we can do way better than that. Let's get the likes up. Let's see what else we have here. Right, this is saying Jordan, a great brand and designer, but why Tottenham? I'm not too sure. They are negotiating with them and us, so they have to make a decision. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be asking that many questions. Let's see. The club is trying to win the American market with jerseys. Yeah, good business. Yeah, if it brings in the cash, so why not? All right, let's see. Let's look at stats. Let's see. We're 9th on the table, by the way. Let's see what else we have here. I like the idea, but we need to go to be in Europe next season. Yeah, chances are we may not. Again, we won't get the deal if we don't make it. If we don't achieve. 1 second. News on 9 players. I want to check something that I'm looking at here. Yep. If we don't make it into top 4, top 6, yeah, chances are we're not getting the deal. Let me see the 5th stand. There's an update there, more like a breaking news stuff, and I want us to look at it. What? Who deleted my 5th stand up? Okay, there you go. Chelsea, let's look at the current news. Big up to you too. Umoneko, nice to see you, brother. Sorry if I didn't say hello to you. I apologize. Chelsea injury update is out, so let's look at it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes that do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. The following injury update has been provided ahead of Chelsea's FA Cup 4th round tie against Aston Villa. Malo Gusto joined team training for reconditioning phase, so probably yeah, will not definitely will not play. Christopher Nkunku joined team training for reconditioning phase. Trevor Chalobah in training for reconditioning phase. Marco Correa continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Wesley Fofana continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Reece James continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Romeo Lavia continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. There we go. It was the status of his own case was a few days, so I'm not too sure. Robert Sanchez continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Leslie Gachiku, same thing. So we still have how many players out injured? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players still out injured. Yeah, joined the team training. That's a good one. Christopher Nkunku and the team training, Trevor Chalobah. That's a good one. And the joint team training for Malo Gusto. So about 4 players. But I'm not too sure any of them will play against Aston Villa. Probably the game after, then we'll see 2 or 3 players be available for the selection for the manager. Let's say big up to you too, brother. Tottenham is also in London and affiliated with Nike. So that's why. And thank you for explaining, brother. I didn't know how to explain that because probably I didn't know what the answer, how to answer the question. We are having it's a match tomorrow. What day are we playing? Just give me 1 second here. So today, yeah, we're actually playing. Yeah, we're playing tomorrow. Yeah, 11:45 a.m. my time. So yeah, the press out should be today. So we're gonna wait and address some of the comments from the managers of presser. Hopefully we get they will start coming in today. Yeah, we're playing tomorrow. That's why. Let's see what else we have here. They basically saying Spurs is an unknown club. Yeah, ouch, that's gonna hurt. If I'm a Tottenham fan and I see that, I'm not gonna be happy. Coach, why do people keep looking at the injured players? Look at the first, look at the fit players we have. They are all good enough, even for League Cup final. Let's stop this is not about making excuses. I didn't make any excuses, and haven't read anything right now that indicates the person who wrote the comments is making excuses. I'm just saying, the club released an injury released, which they usually do before the manager's presser. So that was why we were looking at it. So yeah, nobody's making excuses for anybody right now. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with. Tottenham owners have too many romantic partners. Do Jordan really want to associate themselves? Yeah, that's a good one, but I'm not answering that one. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 37 likes, but we should be doing way better than that. All right, let's look at the numbers here. Just quickly, I'm gonna go when starts, team starts. Okay, let's go. Player stats. Let's see. Did they change anything? It doesn't look familiar, but I wanted. Okay, let's go to Chelsea Football Club specifically. Yep, that will help there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I agree with JC. Injuries are no excuses, and nobody have actually used injuries as excuses right now. Injuries are no excuses. Your job as the coach is to get the best out of your squad. I agree, but that wasn't the reason why we discussed the injury concerns or injury list. That was because it came up because the club released the injury list a few minutes ago. So yeah, we had to go through it. Nobody's making any excuses for anybody, please. Just saying hello to Constantine Dante. So we're gonna go here and go stats a specific a column specific to Chelsea Football Club. It's still going. What's going on here? So I'm gonna repeat this again. Something isn't quite right. Maybe they've changed it around, and because I'm not well acquainted with the new UI, but that hasn't changed much actually. So this is Chelsea now. So I'm going to go to stats. I think this works. I agree. So how many clicks did it take for me to get here? Yeah, I think that's it. The cards are shown in as boxes there. So yeah, that's it. So top scorer is Cole Palmer with 9 goals. Nicholas Jackson 7. Raheem Sterling 6 in total for yep. And assists. Cole Palmer has 4. Conor Gallagher has 4. Raheem Sterling has a 3. And goal plus assist in total. No need to check in that one. Goals per 90 minutes. Nono Madueke 0.71. Cole Palmer 0.65. Nicholas Jackson 0.43. And let's see what else we have here. Expected goals. Nicholas Jackson could have had 5 million goals now, but he's been awful in front of goal. Cole Palmer is 7.9. Enzo Fernandez at 4.9. XG per 90 minutes, still Nicholas Jackson leading that department. Cole Palmer 0.57. Ian Matson 0.43. Let's see, shots on target per 90 minutes. Cole Palmer 1.4. Noni Madueke 1.4 also. And Nicholas Jackson 1.3. Anything else interesting? The accurate passes, we don't need that. Big chances created. Cole Palmer has created 7 in total. followed by Conor Gallagher 6 in total, and Reece James 6 in total. Let's see. Chances created. Cole Palmer has 28 in total. Conor Gallagher has 27. So if you look at the numbers, I think you'd respect Conor Gallagher a lot. Before the arrival of Cole Palmer, he was leading in many departments, but right now I think Cole Palmer has eclipsed him in some of those departments. But let's see. We've checked. Yep, chances created. It's fine. Accurate long balls. Leading by Enzo Fernandez, followed by 3.9 Thiago Silva and Moises Caicedo 2.0, and expected assists in total. Cole Palmer leads that department. Anything else? Successful dribbles. Noni Madueke has 3.2. Armando Broja, wow, 2.6, and Raheem Sterling, who hardly you said beats a 50% average dribble success rate per game. That's to show you how poor we've been. The fact that Raheem Sterling is a thought, but you can say best dribbler going by the stats. We've been awful, in my opinion. Big chances missed. Nicholas Jackson, of course, 7 by Raheem Sterling. Enzo Fernandez missed 6 in total. Penalties awarded. We know that Raheem Sterling leads that for us. Successful tackles. Leslie Guchuku followed by, for 90 minutes, by the way, followed by Conor Gallagher. Yeah, anything that's nothing important, but I just take your time to go look at the numbers. You'd see that again. I get it; he's not that good, especially when you're talking about his technical ability. But the truth remains, you have to give him his flowers for being the manager's most important player this season. And it's probably one of our best players so far this season. Official and Nkunku and Gusto have returned to team training. Yeah, thank you so much for highlighting that there. I don't know, but we're going to talk about this something in a bit. That was a different coach. Our brother was referring to our coach's primary job of tappings, and he is a genius at his job. The two are uncomparable. Just go away, man. But it's all love, JC. Let's see what else you have here. Keep dropping the likes on the scene. These are stats. Overall competition. Yeah, you can say that. Oh no, it's the may well be, even if it's in all the competitions, still excellent. Even if you're going by the Premier League, still good. Conor Gallagher, he's not leading. Is he leading any? He's still leading in terms of oh no, he no longer leads any department. Cole Palmer has eclipsed him in most of them. In all of them, actually, but you find them in most of the tables as second and third in some important numbers, actually. The board has to stop using Nicholas Jackson as a striker because he's not one, and we know he's not one. But that's, by the way, Phil. Here's the question I want to ask you. Let's talk about it. We will be with without Christopher Nkunku and Romeo Lavia for a while. Let's assume before their return, we win all the games. Let's say before the final against Liverpool. How many games before that? Let me check actually, so that I can be more specific with my question. Just give me a second there. While you wait for me, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. So let me check our schedule here. Chelsea Football Club, go there. Click that guy there. Marches. So before we play Liverpool in the final, okay, we play Aston Villa, then we play Liverpool in the Premier League, play Woes, then we play Crystal Palace. When is that? When is the EFL Cup final actually?
25th.
Of next month, right?
Yeah, which means the Tottenham game was supposed to have I think on 23rd. It's now postponed. We'll play it maybe later.
Okay, let's say we win 90% of the games we have between now and before that final at Wembley. And would you again? How would you feel if the manager drops some of the players that have been performing? if they come back. I would say I wouldn't change anything. If we're winning up before they return to full training, I wouldn't even give them a chance. Actually, I would continue with the players that have been training, I've been playing in, and winning games. I hope you understand my point. What do you think? Should the manager give them a chance? Just because you can say they are Nkunku and Romeo Lavia, and if they're fit enough, even if we've been winning without them, they should just come straight, be thrown into the fold. For me, I think that would cause an issue. But let's hear you.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with you because at least if you have been winning games, let's say with Palmer, there is no point changing him for Kunku, who hasn't been playing all this time because he has been injured. I think the logical thing to do is to continue with the main players who have been playing at the particular moment. Then these other guys who haven't been playing, maybe they
It
can
doesn't matter
actually
if
get a
on
bit of
paper
minutes.
that okay, go ahead. But I was gonna say it doesn't really matter if on paper and Kunku and Romeo Lavia that they're both better than some of the players have been playing. But if they're winning, I mean, if it's not broken, why try to fix it? Because I,
Exactly.
it, yeah, if we win up to 40% of, sorry, 90, 80% of our games, and you change things, yeah, it will cause a lot of issues in my opinion in the dressing room also, and plus that could lead to us not, you can say, not playing well. But let's hear you. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, no, it's fine. The other issue is I don't think Poch is going to be as ignorant to actually do that because he himself he will know that most of these players are not going to be match fit. So since they are not match fit, it's better to continue with the players who have been playing week in, week out, who have been
Hmm.
winning us games, while these guys are getting a bit of match sharpness by playing maybe a few minutes within a particular period of time, then at least we can almost like restart with them during the preseason. Then we can actually see how we can build from there. But at the moment, I don't think there is any point changing these guys who are playing right now, even when they win us games until, let's say, the time we play Liverpool for the final.
Hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. If we're winning, I don't think it makes sense to make changes. That's a sort of mistake. What was it? I think before their Champions League final against Liverpool, I was telling people if he plays Kane, that they're gonna lose. But I think he did play Kane, and they lost that game. And at the time, Kane was out injured for a while, and they were playing well in his absence.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
did because they even had players like Lucas Moura who were actually doing well.
yeah,
But
exactly. And he
you know,
dropped
with
into the bench
time,
to accommodate Kane in that final.
exactly, they just had to change everything. And usually, when coaches think too much like this will make you lose games. The same thing has been happening with Pep Guardiola as well. He has players who play for him week in, week out. Then anytime, let's say Stones is back from injury, he has to sub those people and put in Stones. And in just a few weeks, he's injured again. He has to bring back those other guys, and that kind of inconsistency, it's just not necessary. Play those guys who are actually fit for that particular time and integrate these other players coming back from injury slowly so that at least they build a bit of match sharpness, then they can
Mhm.
actually play long term, at least after proving to themselves. Because I used to think that that's something I used to like about Pochettino, because you remember when he came first, he said, I just want to work with players who want to be here, players who are going to prove for me during the training. Those are the players who are going to be playing. If you don't prove it to me in training, then there is no point for me to just put you because you feel that a price tag is going to, to determine if you play or not. That's not how I'm going to do things. And he has done that to Madueke as well. He has come out in press conferences saying Madueke just needs to pull up his socks and to play well so that at least he can play week in, week out, and Madueke has been working well. And look at him, he's getting the game time he needs. So that's something that I look at, and I think is something important when it comes to a club.
I just hope that my assumption, let me just call it an assumption right now, that he doesn't like to rush our players back, players that are returning from injury. Hopefully that's not the hopefully that's the case. I'd really like that. But let's keep going. We'll get there. Let's see what else we have.
That was like the main issue
Yeah,
we
go
had
ahead.
with Porter last season, if you remember. We had players coming back from injury, then immediately they just get integrated within the system, then they get injured again.
Mhm.
That's just not good at all. We just need to give players time to actually heal from their injuries and integrate with them slowly, other than just putting them in the game after they just come back. Like you see how he has been trying to integrate Chilwell. Like the last first game he came back, he played almost like 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Then now he has played 60 minutes. Maybe tomorrow he's going to play maybe another 60 minutes or 70 minutes. Then he takes him off so
Mhm.
that at least he builds up that match fitness. Then he can be able to play full 90 minutes. But with players like Chiwo, you wouldn't know. Even if you slowly integrate him, there's a chance he might end up getting injured again. So we just hope he keeps his fitness and he plays for a long time now. And the same applies to all these other players who are injured right now. If they can get back and we can get them to that point of them playing week in, week out without getting injured, then I think it's going to be better for the team, because it's not good that we actually see that the injured update is saying that we have 9 players who are currently injured. Because anytime we get any player back, usually there is another player as well who is injured as well. So we need to have like a full squad so that it's much easier for the coach to actually choose his main team who keep on playing week in, week out. So that's what I think.
Yep, yep. Let's see what the club does. Okay. Breaking news: Sam Kerr has agreed a deal in principle to extend her contract at Chelsea Football Club. What a player he's been for the Chelsea women. So yeah, congratulations to us for finding a way to get him to put pen to paper for a new contract. Let's see what else we have here. Duran hasn't started a game for Villa this season, yet still has more goals than all Chelsea strikers combined. How many goals are you mentioning? We did look at it. Don't tell me that. Nicholas Jackson has 7 goals, and Duran has scored just 2 goals in 14 appearances. Please don't even do that. What are you saying, WM? Let's see, coach. Whoever told Poch to try Chilwell in a new role as left back must be a genius. How wonder. Yeah, we did actually talk about that money, and we weren't too sure whether he'd play him in that position, but we knew before time that Poch is predictably unpredictable. And yeah, he played in the left back position and he did very, very well. And actually looked as if he hadn't been out for a while, in my opinion, on the day. Was TJ at the game? He said he was. I am. You're waiting to verify if there was finally a stall for orange juice. Okay. Okay, what is the problem with Lavia? Because I don't understand. Assuming he went to Liverpool, so this is how he will be getting injured. I'm not too sure what's going on, but I think he will be all right. They will come back, and we'll find a solution to the injuries. Victor Ogumbanjo, I appreciate you joining my Niger, bro. I hope you're doing well. Is something wrong with the training routines? Possibly, I do not know. I'm not an expert on that matter by any stretch of imagination. Because these guys are just getting injured like vegetables. Wow, like like ugu leaf, right? because I quite agree with Joe Okol on Obi-Wan podcast. I didn't watch that particular episode, so I'm not sure what you're referencing there. I've seen bits and pieces of what Joe Cole said on Obi-Wan podcast. The day Nani plays well, he will be moved to the bench. Oh yeah. Hi to you too, Eugene. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, brother. Here's for you. Thank you. Yes, let's see what else we have here. Just having a conversation. And if you're not following Eugene on Twitter, go and do that. Lots of updates from him, and it comes like this, as quickly like this, and good updates. Injured players, and that's a lot of people missing. Jude, my bro, injured players that should come and join the queue for game time when they are fit, as long as the players are playing well. Thank you. That's a delicious comment of the day. I appreciate that too. Yep, I couldn't say it any better. I couldn't say it any better. And once more, go and follow Eugene. Eugene shared the link to your Twitter account. Follow him. He shares the update, and I think he's taking it seriously. And he brings updates from sources that are trusted, not just rubbish updates. And sometimes stats, sometimes interactive posts that you will enjoy. If you're not following Eugene, you don't know what you're missing. Yep, busy. Going to an interview for a job. Okay. I hope you get the job, brother. The last says I still don't see Broja making it at Chelsea. He's still very young. So if I were you, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying I don't see him making it at Chelsea. In fact, he isn't better than Abraham. We sold to Roma. Injury or no injury, Broja is too slow for our style. Maybe, but I don't know whether it really makes sense to compare him to Tammy Abraham. But I get it. You're entitled to your opinion. And the Undertaker CFC saying a big up. I'm still punch out. We only beat Middlesbrough B team. Okay, that's you. I'm not punch out. I haven't gotten there yet, and I hope I don't get there. No worries, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all again. Once more, finding the time to join the show. Let's see. I'm waiting for the manager's presser so we can talk about new items. Let's see. All right, nothing else. The presser should be today since the game is tomorrow, but nothing new has emerged. Has it really? Just some updates are there. Yeah, we've addressed that one. The injury list, but Malagusto and Nkunku have both joined the training for the conditioning phase, which is something that we already addressed here from my iPad. Axel Disasi, Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, and Raheem Sterling all made the Carabao Cup, who scored team of the round for the semifinals. They all were brilliant the day, in my opinion. So still waiting. There's something I'm looking for, something we can use for quiz exercises. Just add your nickname and participate from your end. I can't quite remember that, even though I've used it for my students before. The online quiz, and I've seen Drogba use it too, but I've used it in my class. Why don't I remember what that is? Can't I remember what that is? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. No worries, my bro. Let's get Benzema for a short-term fix, a 6 months loan, while we buy a proper and prolific striker of Osimhen's caliber. Big Benz can be our new Thiago Silva. Maybe not Thiago Silva because we can only get him on loan. Yep. I listened to a Jose podcast, and he said that the players worked harder to try to get in its first 11 when there was a final to play. Yeah, mindset. You could argue mentality also. New injuries, you mean, coach? No, we don't have new injuries here. I am starting to suspect a bunch of names of players names players injured when he knows he will not start them. Possibly, but he's not a doctor anyway. It's not his job to decide who's fit enough in terms of injury or not. Not gonna lie, after all this news on Nkunku as a number 9, probably the best option now. I just hope he will stay fit. we've seen him play as a 10, and he was excellent on the day. Even though I thought it wasn't going to work, because that was and my argument being that when the manager tried that during preseason, it didn't really work. I'd rather him play in the number 10 role, where the application will be more of a second striker than a traditional 10, because yeah, he's one of our most experienced players, and he did show the last time he played in that 10 row for us. He has vision too. He was spreading the passes wide, he has excellent passing range too. So I think it would be a waste to play him as a 9. I'd rather Cole Palmer play there. In a fluid approach, actually, it doesn't really matter whether he's positioned as our number 9. That's because they switch places. But let's see. We need to see. First of all, let him get recover and stay fit. Poch will be forgiven for starting the Sassi as a striker. He's capable of doing that. In all honesty, I do that. He's an intelligent player. He's a fine finisher. Could have scored a second on the day, actually, because more importantly, he makes those decisive runs in behind the opposition line, defensive line. He got one that he flopped, but it doesn't matter to me. But the good thing is that, yeah, he has goals in him, and he makes excellent runs in behind opposition players. So I'll take that. In the right back, actually, as big as he is, he was very mobile, and I like that. I liked it a lot. But chances are Gusto could play against. No, I don't think he plays tomorrow. Probably we get to play against. What's the next game after tomorrow's game? The next game, I think, on the 31st, probably will be against Liverpool in the Premier League. I think he gets to play, but I don't see him playing tomorrow, really. Let's see, Coach Poch Jr. is a doctor. It's in the house. Conspiracies, easy to declare injuries. Yeah, and I was going to ask you for your ID if you don't speak about Poch's son being the team's doctor. This is the second half of the season, and we should try to score more goals by using set piece like Arsenal are using set piece to score their goals. Maybe we need a set piece trainer. Maybe, I'm not too sure. The Sassi started as a striker before shifting to. Oh, I didn't know that. Something as Rhys James, and it looks like. Excuse me. Oh. Whew. That hurts. All right. Oh my gosh, that really hurts. All right. That's saying the Sassi started as a striker, and I was gonna say it looks like when you have players that started as as a striker and switch to other positions, they're usually good at finishing. They score a lot of goals. You see, Rhys James is an excellent finisher on this day. This is a well-taken goal, a goal that the strikers will be proud will be proud of. We didn't know that he looks better than Broja, to be honest. And the run, actually, how he won the ball back, passed it. I think he passed it to who was it? I think he passed it to Palmer, and then Palmer now found, I think, was it Raheem Sterling? I can't quite remember. But the move was excellent. He won the ball, started the move, and then made sure he was available in the box to get at the end of the crosses when he came into there. But that's, by the way, yep. Are you okay, Coach? Get the water. Yeah, I'm fine. I had coffee here, and I've finished it, and I also have the core power drink here. And it's finished. I don't have water in here. This one I haven't opened for a while, and I don't want to drink from it. Yeah, but that's why. Other than that, I'm fine. I'm fine, really. I'm waiting to see if we can start getting SAPs or maybe comments from the manager's presser so we can talk about it. I'll talk about them in detail. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. And also, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's see anything else here to address. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, but I'm fine now. Coach, why are you coughing? Saliva went into the wrong pipe. Yep, that's the right. That was what's happened. Spicy food. No, village people care. Long Majel. No, no, they cannot. They no go fit see me. They're not gonna fit see me. But that's by the way. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like I said, saliva went into the wrong pipe, went down the wrong pipe, and that hurts really whenever it happens. I didn't like that. Um, but I coughed it out. Let me look for more news item. I'm waiting for the manager's espresso. He's always late to his press conference. So really. Let me see if I see anything. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And Kunko and Gus to return to team training. We've addressed that. Anything else? Chelsea have been allotted to a potential opportunity with Callum Wilson, who is available for a cut price of 18 million to 20 million pounds. That's according Ben Jacobs, Nizaki Sela, and Jack Talbot. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name. Yep, and our finances in terms of income, revenue, I think is should I call it revenue? I'm not sure the correct term to use for it. I don't want to mix things up here. Klopp has said Alisson will likely not start in the final with Keller deserving of the opportunities. So Alisson, he was injured, right? Okay, and the first cup won under Roman Abramovich ownership was against Liverpool in the League Cup, now known as Carabao Cup. Could there be a scary parallel with the new ownership? Possibly, because they've shown they don't shy away from spending money if they want to sign any player. The only thing that we haven't, you can say they haven't achieved at Chelsea will be winning trophies. Yeah, you could start. You could start in the finals. You never know. Yep, on Wednesday, 25th of February. That's when the final is. Let's see anything else. Yep, the Jordan report. So I'm just waiting to see if we get anything from the manager's presser, and I haven't seen anything. All right, let's see. Results usually go in waves ups and downs. Now we are going to have games against tougher teams. Let's see, Poch. Let's see what he does. And again, not gonna lie, he's late with subs also. So we can all agree, conclude that he's always late, never on time in everything he does. Yeah, a good joke right there, but yeah, I need you to stop. No grief for village people. Yeah, I no agree. Lie, long magic, I no agree. Coach, I would suggest to have a look at our upcoming fixtures. If we win all those, then we're back. And chances are, if we win them all, we'd see ourselves in the top 4, top 6 at most. Breaking news: Poch, Poch is late because he goes over the stats with the directors. Why not do that on a separate day, on a different day? Did you know? Chelsea, did you know Chelsea will say James to Man City in the summer? Big up the Chelsea women now in the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about what you just said. He was probably late on his on his wedding. Maybe, you never know. What is that? There's something else that came to mind. Let's look at our upcoming fixtures and see which ones we can win actually, and which ones you think we're not going to be able to win. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Let's go to fixtures here. We are at 43 likes, but we can do way better than that. Okay, fixtures. We have Aston Villa at home. Yeah, cup game. The Liverpool Premier League, Wolves Premier League, Crystal Palace Premier League, Man City Premier League. Wow, it's gonna be a tough February. Actually, February will be tough for us. Lots of big games there at home against Tottenham. And then, yeah, that's the cup final against Liverpool. Yeah, February will be seriously challenging for us, but I think we'll have a lot more players back and available for selection. I think that will go a long way. I like the idea. Oh my gosh! No snooping here, please. Let's not speak this. Let's not speak Snoop Dogg's language here, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. If you have any questions, to drop it in the chat. I'll try the best I can to address them. And you already know I don't know everything. And if I cannot answer your questions, I'll dump it on Phil Silves there to help. Woo, I nearly broke this. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Yeah, I agree. People. Okay, have to remember that Poch improves his team in the second half of the season. I've heard that before. And I've also heard that he's had difficult start to life in other clubs he's managed. So hopefully we've seen the end of the difficult start to his status start to life as Chelsea manager. I don't want it to prolong to go on anymore. But I get your point there. If we had Callum Wilson in our previous games, we would have beaten Brentford and Nottingham Forest. Still in hindsight anyway, but you never know. Yeah, that could have been the case. Yeah. Let's see the fixtures. We've looked at them. Let me just do a few things here. If you have any other questions, drop in the chat. I'm still waiting to see. Okay, it looks like we'll have. Yep, we're still getting stuff now from the manager's presser. So Ben Jacobs, yeah. Let's see if we go with Ben's reports there. I trust him. Do we? Okay, that's a pinned comment there. Yep, looks like let's start going through the paying attention to the manager's comments. The presser has started. Let's see here. Mauricio Pochettino on whether Thiago Silva will leave Chelsea this summer. He says response by saying we didn't talk about next season. We are focused on this season. It's a question for him, not me. It's going fantastic with him. But his future is between him and the club and not you. I'd say the same thing too. Yep. We need our players for the February matches. We need depth. I think they will. We'll have a lot. But I'm quite sure. What's his name? This is not from the presser. Yep. I think. Let me wait for more comments from the presser. We've addressed this one, which is 42 seconds ago, 30 minutes ago. That's not about Chelsea Football Club. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We need a Michael Jordan performance against Liverpool in the final. I think Houston, we'll beat them. Let me just stick with I hope we beat them. I need to look at numbers and all that to be certain about what I'm saying. But I like it. I like the fact that we're going into that game as the underdogs, and then Liverpool the overwhelming favorites, and that's because they've beaten us in two finals in recent years. But let's see what happens there. Let's see. Good news for Chelsea as Christopher Nkunku has joined the team training for the reconditioning phase. Sema for Malo Gusto as both are set to return to action. But when? I don't think we get to see them tomorrow. And but that's my opinion anyway. The manager does whatever he wants. But let's see. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. I take a draw at Liverpool today. Only criticism I have of Poch is that he doesn't fight the board for signings. How do you know that that's the case? How do you know that that's the case? You're just assuming that that's the case, of which I can say, no, I don't think that's the case. If he wants a player, he told them, and then the scouting department would search for the profile of player that he's looking for. And I'm quite sure before we sign the check for any player, they usually agree, okay, that's what we want. Silva should be offered a coaching role at Chelsea. We've talked about it, and I think that will go a long way. And that's because he has the pedigree to become a good coach. So why not? Even let's see what the club does. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show, and I cannot thank you guys enough. And I'm gonna wait. If there's no other questions, no questions there, then we can call it a day. We've been streaming for 2 hours, and believe me, that's fine. We're good. We don't have to get 1,000 likes. We're growing, and we have to get back our consistency back for that to improve. Let's see. I read his book. Really? So, from what part of his book made you believe that he doesn't push for signings? Did he specifically say that in his book? I really do want to know. But let's hear you. And Peter, nice to see you, Peter. I hope you're doing well. Lavia, not fully fit. He's just returned. We'll start training with his teammates today. So I don't think after that, that he'd be playing tomorrow for Chelsea. I don't think so. Let's see what else we have here. A great team coach. Hit the like button, people. Yeah, and people, I have to say, I think with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. Phil, I don't know if you have anything else to say before we call it a day. All right. Thank you for 46 likes while I wait for Phil, in case he has anything else to say. Let's say any news on Wesley Fofana. Let's just look at that quickly. Fofana will return. What I think April. I think around April or so. Casado is looking good. Yeah, he's looking good. We're seeing again he's worth all the penny we paid for him. But I want him to be given the independence to be adventurous on the pitch. That way he can get us goal and create more chances for us, in my opinion. I'd rather Gallagher play deep for him to play, for Casado to get to play as an 8 for us. He said in his book that he prefers starting some players out of the academy instead of the signings. Okay, but I wouldn't interpret that the way you did. But that's by the way we've come to the natural end of the end of the show. I want to say thank you to Phil Saves for finding the time to join me on the panel here. I sincerely do appreciate that, and thank you to Rich Money Makers. Appreciate you, and Peter Pan. I appreciate you, Victor Ogubanjo. I appreciate you, my bro JC. Nice to see you, brother. And Peter Pan, I'll say hello to you. The Undertaker CFC. Who else are there in the chat? And Eugene. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. And my bro, of course, lateness is greatness. The blue Tiffle game. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. You guys, I need your help. If you know anybody that want to become a host. Yeah, the person will get compensated. We'll discuss the compensation with the person. Will not BBC, will not CNN, but I think we should be able to compensate anybody that would devote time to helping host the shows so that we can be as consistent as we should be. But other than that, I'm going to say, the Bluetooth game, hello to you, my brother. I appreciate you. And this guy saying, I like the idea. I think I've read that actually. But the blue tip again, much love to you, my brother. Appreciate you. And this is saying, where is the Roger and Bobby? Both are busy. They don't get paid for being on the panel, so you don't blame them when they don't have the time to join. But with that, I want to say thank you to all of you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.